Coach Kim, seasoned personal trainer. We're going to be doing a 15-minute full body standing workout using your flat resistance bands. So grab your bands, grab those good shoes, put a smile on your face, and we're going to work out these muscles. All right, because we're going to be standing for this workout. And again, all the different bands. This is the flat band. I like to loop it with my hands like this. So it kind of gives it a good grip. I suggest if you've not done any band training, you start with the lightest one, and you can tell it's light by the thickness of it. And generally it says extra light or light on the band. And as you get to do your workout and you get stronger and you learn what muscle groups are working what, you'll be able to use different color bands. And since it all depends, like I said, on the thickness of the band and what it says on the band. So they're all a little bit different. So again, I have my extra light. Your color might be different. Don't you worry. Just go by what it says on there. So I'd like you to go ahead and step on that band right in the middle. My feet are about hip width apart, maybe even a little bit wider. The wider is going to be a little harder. I'm going to hold my band up. So the band is right behind my shoulders. My head is forward, weight heavy on the heels, and then I come back up. Now, if you have cranky knees, just go down partial and then come back up. You can even do this without a band. Down and up. It is a basic squat. It's a very functional movement. We do it every day, and you'll be doing this till you're 110 years old. So the more you practice it, the easier it's going to get. So my weight's heavy on the heels. Both of my feet are facing forward. I'm breathing in my nose and out my mouth. Good. How are these legs feeling? You're going to feel it from your quadriceps, the top of your thigh, behind your leg, your hamstrings, and the glutes, which is another word for that bottom back there. Jack LaLanne likes to call it the back porch. So we are working that back porch. Mr. Godfather of Fitness, he's my hero. Good stuff, because that man says, exercise is king, nutrition is queen, and together it makes a kingdom. It's so true. Let's get one more. Perfect. Good. So a little bit more. I'm going to work here. I unraveled a little bit. To make things easier, you get to the end of it. If you want to make this harder, I would just ravel down more or get a different color band. So I have one little ravel with my hand, sitting up tall. I'm going to do a bicep curl. So this is resistance. Resistance exercise is important, especially as we age. After the age of 30, we lose a lot of muscle mass. So it's really important. You not only do your cardiovascular conditioning, which is your walking, biking, swimming, anything that gets that heart rate going. And I'd love you to do 30 minutes a day minimum. The guidelines are 150 minutes a week of cardio, twice a week of resistance training. And this would be an example of resistance training. So again, using the upper body, specifically my biceps here. Let's get a couple more. You've got this. No stinking thinking allowed in that mind of yours. One more. Up. And then come back down. Good. So now we're going to work the back of the arm a little bit. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go down to one foot. So I'm going to do a nice little lean. So as I'm leaning, I have my left foot in front with my left hand. You probably have the opposite, okay, because you're mirroring me. Lock that elbow in. Take the resistance band and go back and forth. This is called a tricep kickback. So you are working the back of the arm. Kick it back. And that resistance is making it harder. Perfect. And you're kicking it back. So whether you use a dumbbell with this, a resistance band with it, and some of you might not have either of each, that's fine. You can kick back and just give it a longer squeeze, thinking about the muscle you're working. So this is this muscle right back here. Kick back and forth. Good. Keep extending it back. Notice how my palm is in facing towards my body. Bring it in, bring it out. Let's get two more for fun here. And I'm leaning over. Gravity's going to help me work that back of the arm a little bit more. Go back, and I want you to hold that. Hold it. And switch. Good. Now we're going to go the other side. So I'm going to put this in my other foot. Whoop, and I'm going to come forward. I'm going to do a little ravel. And I'm going to lean, and I'm going to kick it back and forth. Keep that elbow fixed into your body. Your elbow's a hinge joint. It's kind of like if you think about a door, how it just opens and closes, that's your job of the elbow there, going back and forth. And don't let the elbow sag. Remember, lock it in like it's Velcroed to your side. Kick. You've got this. All the way back. Thinking about what right now? You're thinking about the triceps. That's the back of the arm. And kick. And you're going to think about how nice and pretty and strong and beautiful those triceps are. Back. Good. Let's get a couple more. Back. One more. And I want you to hold it. hold, hold, and good. Come on back up. So now I'm going to go back to a little bit of lower body. Now this is specifically going to work these muscles right here. These are the stabilizer muscles to the knee. So those with hip and knee issues, these are great exercises for you. I'd like you to go ahead and step on your band, right in the middle of it, right in the middle. So what you can do with this is stand up nice and tall. You can crisscross applesauce, makes it a little bit tougher, hold it up. I'm going to start with my right leg, which will be your left leg if you're mirroring me. You're going to go out to the side and step back. Repeat the same thing. Out, back, out, back. Now keep that leg straight. My body's upright, and I'm making this harder by just holding up higher. If it's too hard, hold it down a little bit lower. You can also make it harder by going out and back without tapping. So if you're a little bit more advanced, try it this way. It does take more balance. If you need to do it this way, that's fine too. Either one, we're all at different levels. You do what works for you. By the way, the more you do this, the stronger you're going to get. Those muscles are going to get stronger. You're going to have to get a different tension band before you know it. Whew, keep going. I know I'm feeling this. Let's get 2 more. Out, back, out, and back. Good. Now let's go to the other side. Ready? Start by tapping and back. Good. The standing knee is nice and soft. So I don't want everything kind of locked out my joints. Nice and soft knee, stepping out. Now if you find that gripping it, maybe some people have a little arthritis in their hands or things going on, you can always just relax the grip, open the hands, okay? That's up to you. I personally like to give it a little bit of grip to make it harder. Out, back. And again, to make it harder, maybe you have a different color tension band that's a little more challenging. You want to try that. And don't be afraid to challenge yourself. If it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. Remember that. Out, back, out. Keep going. Let's get a couple more. Out, back, out. Let's get one more. Out and back. Good. How you feeling? Feeling pretty amazing. I'm sure you are. Now we're going to work a little bit of shoulders. Let's do these shoulders. So unravel. I am kind of doing my little grip here to make it a little tougher. So remember, to make it easier, you just unravel the other way. So the closer in you with the band makes it harder, and also different color tensions bands makes it harder. So my feet are a little bit wider than shoulder width. My knees are soft. My tummy's engaged. What do I mean by that? I don't want this. Okay, no slumping. Shoulders back, stomach engaged. That means pull the belly button into spine, stand up tall, knees soft, and I want you to pinch that mid back together. So if you can see that, my arms are parallel to the ground, my elbows are soft, and I'm pinching that mid back. Good. So pinch up. This is great for that shoulder health. It's also super for your posture and slumping. I call it an anti-slumping exercise. Keep going. No one likes it when you slump, because you know what? It's not good on your neck, your back, and you know what? It makes us look thinner and more confident when we stand up taller and we don't slump. So there's lots of good reasons why we need to work on this and be mindful of our posture. Keep going. Let's get a couple more. I know you're feeling it. Pinch the upper back. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Let's go ahead and stretch your neck a little bit. Take your head and roll it from left to right in a semicircle, and then go from right to left. You could do these stretches anytime, maybe at your computer desk, several times a day. Some people get what they call text neck. You know, when people text, they're on their phones all the time, and then you wonder why we're going to have all these chronic issues with necks and backs and whatnot. So it's really important that you keep moving. All right, this next one we're going to do a little bow and arrow. A little bow and arrow. I want you to hold this up. It's kind of fun. When's the last time you did this? You're going to pull it back and forth. So I'm extending one arm out straight. My other arm is pulling back, and I'm using my upper body, my shoulders, my core, and it's kind of fun. So pull, little bow and arrow exercise here, and pull. Good, let's get a couple more. Keep that tummy tight, my knees are soft, and good. And I'm gonna keep reminding you, because it's very common for people to just start naturally doing this. So when I'm through telling you, so those shoulders back, I'm just reminding you, because it's very natural for people to start forgetting. So put that other arm up, and you're going to pull bow and arrow. Good. So if you have to make it a little tougher, just remember to grab it a little closer up on the band. bow and arrow, and pull. Good. And I'm pulling, elbow up. Again, these are all pulling movements. Pulling works your back, your biceps. We are involving the shoulders and the core by standing. Hit a couple more. Pull. Good. Pull. Let's get a couple more for fun. Pull. Oh yeah, you got a bullseye. Pull and relax. Good. So let's go ahead and do a little, I call them just these little circles. But first off, I want your feet hip width, hinging at the hip, and take those arms in big circles. Doesn't that feel amazing on the shoulder? And now release it. Big circle. Big circles. Very nice. Good. So we're going to take the band. I'd like you to step on it again. Both feet right there in the middle. Now, if this gets too tough, drop to 1 foot or get a lighter band. If you're already on the lightest one, I suggest 1 foot will be the easiest. So otherwise, I'm going to put 2 feet down. My shoulders are back. I'm standing up tall. I'm going to grab this and do a little wrap. I'm going to bring my arms up, out to the side, and come back down. So bring the arms up. Notice how my arms parallel to the ground, elbows are soft, and come back down. Now, if you find this is too tough, remember, drop 1 foot. Keep it in the middle of the band, and notice that takes that tension off. You are working the outside of the shoulders. Lift up. Very nice. And back down. You can do this without the band. If it's too tough, drop down and just lift your arms. You can put a couple water bottles in your hand. Lift up and back down. Good. Let's get a few more. It's important. Keep these shoulders healthy. Keep our whole body healthy. Keep your mind healthy. It's all good. Health is wealth. That's a good quote by Ralph Emerson. And do you know what? These are little deposits that you put in your health bank. And what do I mean by that? Well, your health account, your bank account, it's like the same thing. The more you put in, and every time you work out, that's putting in a little deposit. And the more you put in, the more you'll be able to take out when you need it someday. So good for you. Just put another deposit in by working your body out today. And come back down. Good. So let's go ahead and just stretch the neck out, roll the shoulders back, and then roll them forward. Very nice. Good. All right, the next one I'd like to do with you. Let's take this up. I'm going to lift it above my head. I'm going to ravel just because I'm a raveler here. Get a good grip on this. This is going to be a lat pull down. So I'm going to hold it above my head, and I'm going to bring the band right down and behind. And I am going to stand just for a second so you can watch me from the side here, how my knees are soft. I'm pulling it down behind my head. A lot of people make the mistake of doing this. That's not what I want. I don't want you to bring it way down. What I want you to do is bring it down and out behind my neck and then all the way up. See this muscle right here? That's what you're thinking about. The bra fat area. Not that you have bra fat, or guys either, you know, sometimes guys worry about stuff too. But I want you to think about this area, pulling it down and together. Does that make sense? All the way up. Good. So pull it down and together, not down all the way. I don't want to see this, and a lot of people do it. So be mindful. Pull and then up. Very nice. So pull it down and together. You're squeezing those two muscles together, those lats. There you go. Perfect. It's so important you love yourself. You got to love yourself. Don't look in that mirror and pick on bat wings or big butts or big bellies. I want you to look in that mirror and say, I love myself, and be proud of yourself. And also, I want you to be grateful for all your body allows you to do. And that's for my men and my women. Pull it down. We got one more for fun. Lift it, pull, hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it back down. Good, 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 good. Now, I want you to ravel one side with my hand. Nice little grip. My other hand is going to be an anchor. So this is what we're going to do. I have my right hand locked in. You'll be using your left. And I want you to pull this out to the side. Notice how my elbow's not popping out. This is called external rotation. Those of you that have rotator cuff issues, those little muscles inside your shoulder, this is a spectacular exercise for you. So again, a common mistake is people try to do this. I want that elbow fixed by your side. Let's get one more. Perfect, good. So now we're gonna go to the other side. Again, the inside hand is just an anchor. You're gonna bring this out and back. Keep that elbow fixed. I'm just an anchor on my inside hand. Elbows locked in, rotator cuff. Does anybody ever have frozen shoulder or rotator cuff issues? You don't want to go there if you haven't. And if you have, you know what I'm talking about. Let's get one more. Good. So I'm going to wrap this around my neck, not because we're going to do funny things, but because I want you to soften the knees, breathe in your nose, out your mouth, and relax and be happy and grateful. And I am happy and grateful that you made a great decision to move today. Thank you. Well, thank you for joining me on the resistance band workouts. And I hope you feel better. Your muscles certainly feel better too. It's great to move it because remember, if you don't move it, you'll lose it. So remember to always check with your doctor before starting an exercise program.